Atlanta Falcons fans, listen closely. Something's moving in the shadows of the NFC South, and it's big. Big enough to tilt the balance of power, shake up the division, and carve a brand new path toward the Super Bowl. This isn't just another roster update. This could be the quiet move that turns into a game changer. The Falcons are a team on a mission. Every snap, every drive, every play has been fueled by one burning goal: return to the playoffs and fight for the trophy that has eluded them. They've shown flashes of brilliance, bursts of dominance that made fans believe, but the battle isn't over. There are still gaps to fill, and one of them has been in the trenches, the offensive line. That's where today's news comes in. Atlanta has just added a new warrior to their front, Jake Hansen. You might know the name. You might not. But you will. Hansen's football story is one of grit and survival. A four-year starter at Oregon, he was a rock at center, leading, protecting, and battling in the heart of the line. The Green Bay Packers saw that fire, drafting him in the sixth round of the 2020 NFL Draft. And while getting drafted is a dream for many, staying in the NFL is a war. And Hansen has been fighting that war for 5 years. From Green Bay to the New York Jets, Hansen has carried his helmet into every locker room, ready to prove himself. With the Jets last season, he played in 12 games, started in 2, and logged over 100 offensive snaps, plus 45 on special teams. That's versatility. That's hunger. He's played in 30 games across his career, starting in 7, and he can slide between center and guard with ease. For a Falcons team looking to fortify its protection and open up running lanes, that's gold. He's not just a depth piece, he's a fighter who's been tested by the league and refuses to break. And now, he's ours. The NFC South feels like it's standing on the edge of something big. One subtle roster move. One player with a chip on his shoulder. And maybe, just maybe, the kind of under-the-radar signing that could tilt the balance in the Falcons' favor. The headlines may not be screaming about it yet, but in Flowery Branch, there's a quiet buzz. The Atlanta Falcons have just added Jake Hansen, a man whose NFL story is written in grit, not glamour. And for a team chasing consistency, firepower, and a return to the playoffs, his arrival might be more important than anyone realizes. The road to Atlanta. Hansen's path here hasn't been a straight line. Once a 4-year starter at Oregon, he wasn't just a cog in the Ducks' offense. He was its anchor. A leader. A communicator. The kind of lineman who knew how to keep chaos at bay. Green Bay saw that fire in him, drafting him in the 6th round of the 2020 NFL Draft. No easy feat for a center in a league that often overlooks the position's true value. But the NFL is an unforgiving proving ground. After 2 seasons with the Packers, he was on the move, signing with the New York Jets in late 2022. In New York, Hansen finally got meaningful snaps, 12 games, 2 starts, over 100 plays on offense, and another 45 on special teams. It wasn't flashy, but it proved 2 things. He could play both center and guard. He could adapt to different systems without losing his edge. Now in Atlanta, fighting for a spot, the Falcons didn't bring Hansen in for show, they brought him in for options. And with the team parting ways with Killian Zierer last week, there's now an open lane for someone hungry enough to seize it. Atlanta's offensive line room is already a battlefield, 16 players all clawing for a roster spot. But Hansen has something that rookies and journeymen don't always have: experience under real NFL pressure. He's been in hostile stadiums. He's faced top-tier pass rushers. He knows the grind. This week, his journey takes a critical turn. The Falcons will dive into joint practices with the Tennessee Titans before Friday's preseason clash. It's the perfect setting for a player like Hansen to prove his worth. Live reps against unfamiliar competition, under the watchful eyes of coaches, deciding the fate of the 53-man roster. Why this matters? Last season, the Falcons' offensive line had moments of brilliance in the run game, but struggled to keep the pocket clean. If quarterback Desmond Ridder is going to have the breakout season fans are hoping for, protection has to improve. Hansen's versatility could be the key. A lineman who can slide between center and guard doesn't just plug holes. He gives the coaching staff flexibility when injuries strike or matchups demand adjustments. And as any offensive line coach will tell you, the man in the middle, the center, is more than just a snapper of the ball. He's the field general for the trenches. Hansen has worn that responsibility before. If he can bring that same command to Atlanta's offense, his impact could ripple far beyond his name on the depth chart. The air in Atlanta's training facility feels different this week. Heavier, more urgent. Every step on the turf, every snap of the ball carries the weight of players fighting for their football lives. Into this high-pressure cauldron walks a new face. Veteran lineman Hansen, a man forged in the grind of the NFL, shaped by the bruising demands of his time with the New York Jets. His arrival comes at a decisive moment for the Falcons. Just days ago, the team released Killian Zero, leaving a space in a unit already crowded with 16 hungry linemen, all vying for precious roster spots. But here's the twist. Hansen isn't just another name on a list. His versatility, his ability to switch between center and guard without missing a beat, is the kind of hidden weapon coaches dream about. And the timing? Perfect. The Falcons are entering one of the most critical weeks of their offseason. Monday kicks off a stretch of joint practices against the Tennessee Titans, followed by a preseason clash on Friday. This is the proving ground, where reputations are built and dreams are either made or crushed. For Hansen, it's an opportunity to show the coaching staff he can not only survive in their system, but elevate it. Last season exposed the Falcons' cracks in pass protection. Too many times, quarterback Desmond Ridder was left dodging collapsing pockets, and the run game never reached its full potential. Fixing that isn't just a priority, it's a necessity. Hansen's track record shows he's more than capable of bringing order to the chaos. A center by trade, he's the type of player who can control the line of scrimmage, bark out protections, and read defensive shifts before the snap. And in the NFC South, where every inch matters and rivals like the Buccaneers and Saints are sharpening their own blades, those little advantages can decide an entire season. Falcons head coach Arthur Smith has been preaching balance, a team that can punish defenses with both the run and the pass. That dream starts in the trenches, and that's exactly where Hansen thrives. For fans, this signing isn't just another transaction buried in the off-season news cycle. It's a signal. The Falcons aren't content with good enough. They're assembling a roster built for more than just a playoff berth. They're building a team that can go toe-to-toe with the NFL's elite and still be standing in January. But the challenge ahead is brutal. Every rep in practice, every snap against the Titans' front seven will be a test. Can Hansen adapt to the Falcons' playbook in time? Can he form instant chemistry with his line mates? Can he hold his ground when the stakes are highest? The answers will start to take shape in the coming days. And for anyone watching closely, this isn't just about Hansen. It's about the Falcons declaring, loud and clear, that they intend to dominate the line of scrimmage and protect their future. Hansen's signing isn't just another quiet offseason move, it's a statement. In a division as cutthroat as the NFC South, where one bad series can swing an entire season, adding a player with his experience, versatility, and grit could be the difference between treading water and making a playoff push. The Falcons are sending a clear message. They're not here to simply compete. They're here to climb, to push, to fight for the top. And for a team that's been building brick by brick under Arthur Smith, Hansen might be one of those crucial bricks that holds the wall together when the storms of the season hit. But this isn't just about the front office or the coaches. It's about you, the fans. You've been there through the rebuilds, the close calls, and the heartbreaks. You've cheered through the good and the bad. And now you have a front row seat to watch the next chapter unfold. So, Falcons fans, what's your take? Does Hansen's arrival give you more confidence in the offensive line? Do you think he can be a game changer? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Your voice is part of the pulse of this team. One thing's for sure. The energy in Atlanta is shifting. Every practice, every rep, every snap is building towards something bigger. And as we march toward the season, one thing echoes louder than ever. Rise up, Atlanta.